Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and I certainly welcome you to my home in Livingston, Montana. And while I'm at it, before I forget, I certainly hope that this video finds you in good health and in good spirits. Now look, this is one of these totally unscripted videos. I'm just shooting from the hip, so to speak. I know what I want to say, or mean at least, but I hope I can blunder through this and make some kind of sense. Okay, to set the scene here, today's date is December 3rd of 2018, and it's a Monday, and I've got 11:38, 11:40 a.m. in the morning. Now, I already know what I'm going to call this video. I'm going to call this video Life and Death in the State of Montana, or something to that effect. Now, what's going on with me today is I have my middle child, my middle daughter. Her name is Echo. She lives in Belgrade, Montana, which is 37 miles from here. But right now, right at this point in time, she's in Deaconess Hospital giving birth to her first child. Now, my daughter has had trouble, medically wise, getting pregnant and having kids and that kind of stuff. But her and her husband, Jake, managed to overcome all that. She got pregnant, and now was the day that she is bringing a new life into this world, a baby girl. And, of course, she's been under doctor's care, and everything's going along well, except for the child just isn't born yet. And I'm waiting word from my wife, so I'm going to saddle up in my pickup and go over there here in the next few hours or so. But here we have, and my daughter and her husband are good, hard workers. They've owned their own businesses for quite a few years. They've got a real nice place in Belgrade, Montana. And like I say, they're bringing a fresh new life, a baby girl, into this world, which, it kind of makes my heart cry in a way, because I know that this world that this child is being born into is not that good of a place. Us Americans are a lot different than the Europeans are. The Europeans, they have a tradition for the most part where they have a great big celebration when somebody dies, but yet they mourn a lot when somebody is born. That makes a lot more sense than the way us Americans do when it comes to giving birth and funerals, etc., etc. You have to think about that. I'm not going to take the time to explain. Okay, now while I'm thinking about it, this daughter of mine, she has a YouTube channel, and I would appreciate it. She does arts and crafts. She makes handmade cards, greeting cards. And her channel is called Stamp, S-T-A-M-P, space N, Ground, Ground, Stampin' Ground. And I'd appreciate it if you check her channel out. She's got like 70, 80 some odd videos, and I think she's got like 150, 200 subscribers, which is pretty good. It's an arts and craft channel, okay? But that's my daughter. But the irony of this is bringing this child into the world is one thing, but I have another relative of mine, and I'm not going to say who this is, but this relative of mine is not living their lives at all according to any kind of logic. Basically destroying their lives by drinking too much, smoking too much, having trouble holding down jobs, and things of this nature. And this is where this irony for this old granddad of mine and his father, me, comes in. I've got on one side of the family, I've got my daughter bringing a new life in, and yet I've got another member of my family literally destroying themselves. This is a very ironic situation that I find myself in. And it just rips at the heart. It just rips at the soul. And what do you do, ladies and gentlemen? What do you do when people that you love insist on destroying themselves, and you talk to them and showed them kindness and showed them compassion and listened to them, and blah, 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 and on and on. Some of you probably have been through this, and they just continue on their destructive ways. What do you do? What's the answer to this? So I just thought that there was a real kind of an ironical thing going on here, where I've got a daughter bringing in a brandy new little baby girl into this world on this day up here in Montana, and yet I've got another relative of mine that just simply does not seem to care at all about their health, and has some pretty doggone piss poor habits when it comes to maintaining their health and all this other stuff. When yet you've had people that have talked to this individual until they're blue in the face. It boggles the mind. But that's all I really got to say. This video is probably, this child is not born yet. I'm going to be driving over to Bozeman here in a few hours, and labor's been induced, and I know that this little granddaughter of mine is coming into this world just fine, but like I say, I just thought this was a very ironical thing that's kind of happening in my family. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And whatever you do, like I've said so many times in this channel of mine, take care of yourself. Because that friggin' neighbor down the street ain't going to take care of you. The government ain't going to take care of you. You have got to take care of you. And I certainly hope the relative that's destroying their lives, they know who I'm talking about. And you best start paying attention to what your parents are telling you. It's just that doggone simple. Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day, and we shall see you on down the trail. Adios, my friends.